Conversation. How are we sounding? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere I go. Boo doo 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 doo. How do we sound? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. We got 3 viewers. Guys, sounds good? Do I sound loud enough? Loud and clear. Let's see. On this shit clear. There it is. Cool. I hear that little floor fan over there. I'm going to turn on some noise reduction. How does that sound? Do you guys still hear that fan over there? This shit clear. There it is. Donut up. Go ahead. Up. Up. Guys, I don't know why she does that. Cool. I hear that little floor. That fan. You guys still hear that? This shit clear. There it is. Donut up. Cool. So I'm using the DJI Mic 3s directly into the laptop, and I'm just doing noise reduction through the little, let me unplug this so you guys can see. Man, it's seriously easier than ever to stream these days. So I just have the mic plugged directly into there. I'm using Mr. Camera Junkie's anamorphic tool again. And we are streaming on the Lumix S1R2 with the Blazar Apex 35mm. So you guys are going to see some vignetting into the corners over there. But yeah, let me plug in my laptop real quick. Sedona, up. All right. All right. Right, and we're plugged in. Udastream, did I misspell it? Did I butcher the spelling here? Let me fix this, guys, and then we'll get cranking. We'll get to hanging out. Why can I not see the live? I have to do it through the computer. Why does everything have to be difficult when streaming? When streaming. Your videos. Sorry guys, bear with me. Ooh, how did I butcher that spelling? You guys, even when I was in elementary school, my teachers would call me a lazy reader because I would just look at the first letter and the last letter and I would just predict what the word was. All right, I fixed it. Thank you to who called me out. Yeah, so this lens is a Super 35 lens and we're filming in full frame on it. So there's going to be some vignetting. I probably could have put the Lumix into Super 35 mode, but who cares? I'm lazy when I stream. I just like to set the shit up and let it crank. Trying to see. There we go. I'm going to cool down that light back there. Is it still blinking? No. I guess it's already cooled down. Let's do half. Tungsten lamp. Color. There we go. How's that? No, I think I liked it better the other way, huh? Yeah, I messed it up. We're gonna go back to here. All right. We'll keep it at that. So yeah, guys. Obviously, everybody's talking about, gear releases that have happened, but I want to touch on more than just that. I would love to also talk about photography and filmmaking and projects, and where do we think everything is going? Because personally, the way the industry's going, I feel like YouTube is going to have a little bit of a renaissance this year coming up in terms of, I think, I still remember when I went full time a couple years ago, almost 2 years ago. Obviously I had a lot of people in the industry talking shit about it. Not a lot, but some people. And then some people where I would see the discourse of them kind of just talking about like, oh, YouTubers this, YouTubers that, kind of looking down at it. But then at the same time, they would DM me asking me if they were to do YouTube, how do they get started? I've had, let me fix the D-squeeze on this real quick. There we go. I've even had, DPs and directors and producers and stuff that I looked up to start DMing me, jumping on phone calls and literally like, cursing, screaming, crying, some of them even saying how, 2020, this was 2024, was one of their worst years they've ever had. And these are like big, successful people. And I haven't spoken to a lot of them in the past like 8 months, I would say. Everybody has shit going on. So yeah, that was, again, for me, the reason I went full time on YouTube is because I saw the writing on the wall. I saw the oversaturation in the market of everybody having access to amazing gear. I saw rates plummeting. I saw brands favoring vertical content more and not caring as much about the quality or what was actually being shot, but just caring more about getting multiple deliverables, getting as much content as possible so they can run ads on that content, vertical ads. So, I saw that shift happening, and that's when I was like, hey, I don't want to do this. Like, I really love making brand docs. I really enjoy the commercial end of things, and me, having kind of a niche, I was kind of a niche hire because I was able to do stuff that teams could do but on my own, just, being nitty gritty with it. But also doing the documentary type stuff for brands. And I just saw that slowly die out, and brands and producers shift their budgets away from that and more into vertical content and just quantity over quality. So that's why I went full time on YouTube. Now, the struggle I personally have on YouTube is obviously the way I survive is through sponsorships. And audio and video are out of sync. Can you guys refresh? If you guys are having the issue, either refresh the stream or reclose the app and see if it's still doing it. Let me pull it up myself, because this was happening on Brandon Washington's live earlier as well. Let me see. They're out of sync. Can you guys refresh? If you guys are having the issue, oh, it is out of sync, even on my end. Sorry guys, let me see if I can fix this. That's good on there. I don't know. Ooh, I think I know what's happening. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm trying to figure this out. This should be. Huh. Oi. Check, check, check. What is that not doing? Let's try this again. Don't know. Let's see. Mr. Camera Junkie, are you in here? Guys, I'm testing out some new stuff, so. Let's see. Let's try this one last time. Do 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 do. Guys, I'm trying here. You guys could blame Jericho. No, now the damn thing's not coming up. So I'm testing some stuff out. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with the MacBook Pro audio. This stuff gets so annoying sometimes. It's saying it's on there, but it's not picking up anything. Do 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 do. Sorry guys, I'm trying here. Window. Sound levels. Okay, yeah, the DJI mic's not popping back up now. So let me know how the MacBook Pro audio sounds. We can all blame Jericho. Capture and active. I don't know where that mic's. Oh well, I'm getting annoyed. You guys are about to see grumpy Cam. It don't make no sense. But yeah, shout out to the annoying washing machine. That's always. Here we go. Jesus. Okay. I'm back on the wireless mic. I have no idea if this is going to be able to sync or not, but thank you. The lighting should probably, there we go. So yeah, guys, again, I'm rolling on the Lumix S1R2 with the Blazar Apex 35mm autofocus 1.33x anamorphic. If I have my flashlight down here, I can flare it out. Let me grab the flashlight now, because it's worthwhile. This stream is a mess. All right. So, Lumix S1R2 with the Blazar Apex autofocus anamorphic, going through Mr. Camera Junkie's anamorphic streaming tool. This is how I'm able to stream with anamorphic now via USB-C. So yeah, he's still, the app is available for purchase, but there's still some quirks and bugs that we're finding. So every time I stream, I'm finding, little bugs here and there. So this is what it takes to build a new product. funny bugs.
Yeah, he's still, you know, the app is.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit out, but yeah, it is what it is. We'll just have to live with it. Yeah, let me know if it gets annoying, guys, and I will figure it out. In the meantime, let me text Mr. Camera Junkie, see if there's any help he can give us while I am live. Type that. Live right now, and I think the tool causing audio sync issues. Okay. So what was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. So yeah, I just think the industry is going to let me see what the chat's saying about the audio. I can just switch to a more simple setup if the audio's Mr. Camera Junkie's going to come into the live and see if he can help out. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? I'm reading the chat right now. What do you guys think is going to come out next year? I want to put gear in the title, and in reality, I don't really give a fuck about what's coming out. I want to talk more about the art stuff. But yeah, Mr. Camera Junkie, how's my audio sounding? Is it all out of whack?
I want to put gear in the title, and
Yeah, it's pretty out. I don't know how else I can sync this. Audio does sound fine, but I'm hoping I can get to sync. Does it sync? Does the audio sync better if I just go through the MacBook? Sorry, y'all. I'm getting hung up on audio stuff. Let me see how this looks. I'm hoping I can get to sync. Does it sync? Does the audio sync better if I just go through the MacBook? Sorry. I'm getting hung up on audio stuff. Let me see how this looks. It's still out. Let me do one more fix, guys. I'm sorry. I understand if you guys want to dip out and not watch me struggle, but I would appreciate if you guys stayed and watched me struggle. Let's see. So we're on the MacBook audio. So let me unplug this. Let's retry this directly into camera. This could just be a Lumix issue as well. Let's see. Mr. Camera Junkie, I don't know how to fix audio delay via eCam. I'll do a deep dive here in a moment. Check, check, check. Let's see. Mr. Camera Junkie, if I switch the sound input to the anamorphic tool, it just mutes it. But then if I go through the MacBook, it picks it up. Yeah, that's what I'm changing the source through eCam. But if I go through an external source, it's not syncing up with my image. Aluminox, oh, they're a little bit triggering. As I age, I realize I might be more of a perfectionist than I assumed. An external source, it's not syncing up with my image. Also, guys, it is wild how damn good the MacBook Pro speaker is. This makes no sense. No sense at all. Okay, let me Recording audio, speakers, mic delay. Let's try this. I have a mic delay of 4. Oh, the tool doesn't do audio. Okay. So that would make sense. I didn't have these delays on version 1. Let's see. Mic delay. The live's delayed a good. Let's try this. I have a mic delay of 4. Ooh, we're getting better. The tool doesn't do audio. Okay. Ooh, this is getting better. So that would make sense. I didn't have these delays on version 1. Let's go by 8. Let's do 12 frames. Let's do a whole frame. Okay. How is this now, guys? Is this better? Check. Let's go by 8. Let's do 12 frames. Let's do a whole. It might be a whole frame. Jumping a little bit. Okay. How is this now, guys? I think this is good. I think we got it. Is this better? Check. Okay. This will have to do for now. So Mr. Camera Junkie, for reference, it looks like around a frame, less or more, give or take, is out of sync with the anamorphic tool. So guys, if any of you guys want to stream in anamorphic, Mr. Camera Junkie's working on this tool. You can now buy it, and he's constantly working on it now and doing updates. So just FYI, you know, it's new. He's still working on it, but it is available. Okay, so yeah, what I was talking about when I first went full-time, like earlier in 2025, I had a lot of big DPs and producers and directors and stuff wanting to jump on a call with me to talk about YouTube and how to get involved with it, and just kind of expressing that they're struggling. But again, I don't know, maybe work picked back up for them. I'm not sure, I haven't reconnected yet. But I have a feeling YouTube's going to become a very serious resource for creatives. Jericho, for instance, you know, Jericho doesn't give a shit about the gear stuff. Like, sure, he could talk about it, enjoy talking about it, but he wants to, you know, make more artistic stuff. He's an artistic guy. And so, you know, I'm trying to help teach him of, like, you know, you can do that on YouTube, but you do have to manipulate the algorithm and, dare I say, the audience a little bit in terms of training them, because obviously the gear gets the clicks. So it's like, how do we get the views and hack the views by making people think they're watching a gear video, but in reality, we're making a passionate artistic video. That's what, you know, a lot of my videos are, that aren't just like pure, you know, sponsored showcases of gear. So now I'm getting back on track. So that's personally the struggle I have on YouTube, is how do I, you know, make time and energy to produce those sponsor showcases while still pursuing the things that I want to do. And the hard part is, you know, earlier this year and all of last year, I was going pretty hard. I was trying really hard to make stuff I could be proud of. But it got tiring because those videos rarely did well. And so, you know, I don't do them for them just to perform well. But I do have hopes that I could produce content like that and get financing and funding to do that type of content. But it's hard to do that when, you know, if the numbers aren't there, then the money support won't be there. So I'm still learning, and I think I will forever be learning how to juggle that better. Because right now, like, you know, the past few videos, I'm decently proud of all my videos. But there's definitely, you know, the gear showcases, I try my best to not spend too much time on them and just get the information out that I care about and then move on. But the issue is, I don't have that much energy. You know, I'm still battling my own ADHD stuff and figuring out medications for that, and routines and all that, and it's hard to keep up on, you know, being a shield tuber plus an artist. So it's something I'm still trying to figure out. Throughout the whole process, though, my morals aren't faulted at all. I don't care what a brand asks for. If I don't want to do it, I don't do it. If I don't want to say something, I don't want to say it, I won't say it. So I rarely have brands try to tell me what I need to say, yada, yada, yada. Rarely. And those rare times, I get an instant kickback. So there are a few brands that label me as a diva or hard to work with, but it's like, then don't work with me. Like, sure, it'd be cool to have your money, and I want to talk about this product, but if you think I'm being difficult because I'm honest, then we don't have to work together. So, yeah, that's kind of the struggles of YouTube. So, I do think YouTube's going to become an amazing, continue to become an amazing resource for artists. And we already see it. You know, you got people like Life for Riza, you have Sir, you know, there's a handful of creators who rarely talk about gear. And it's just, you know, they're making, you know, this YouTube's the new television. It's the new movie theater. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to learn how to juggle all of that. But yeah, there's a bunch of things that I want to do more of. I have some personal things I want to talk about around indigenous culture and stuff. We might film a mini doc on myself here in the next couple of weeks. I want to further try to. It's hard because I'll get big opportunities with some brands. I have one coming up with, I'll say Leica. And, you know, it's not paid. And a lot of the bigger opportunities aren't paid. But those are the ones that I tend to go bigger, like go big on for the ideas. And it's just, you know, it's thrown away a lot of money. But that's kind of why I do the more shill videos, you know, to the product showcases. Because those videos, I could do 2 or 3 of those and pay my rent. And whatever money's left over, I can afford to hire Jericho, locations, you know, travel, all that to produce the videos I do care about. So, you know, I guess that is a good formula, but I really wish I could just do the cool videos. But also, you know, those are exhausting to make as well. So, yeah, it's just a thing, you know. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think, you know, there's multiple ways of being successful here on YouTube? What ideas do you guys maybe have? Whether they're aimed at me on, you know, something that you guys would say, hey, we love to see you talk more about this, but maybe try to involve this. And like, I want to know what will make you guys click. So the hard part with YouTube is I can make the greatest video ever in existence, but if I don't package it well with the title and the thumbnail to get you guys to click, it just tanks. So you guys let me know. What do you guys want to see? I know a lot of you guys want to see more BTS, more tutorials, and I really want to do that stuff, but they are very time consuming to do. And so, you know, that's the hardest part of YouTube is just literally fucking finding time to produce this stuff. If I have more time in a day, oh my God, like if I had more energy, if I didn't have to sleep, that would be amazing. So, but anyways, you guys tell me what would you guys like to see on my channel or from the community overall? You know, we have the Gerald Undones who make amazing videos, really showcasing in-depth breakdowns of the tech side of the gear. And Gerald runs that, you know. Anytime a release comes out, I immediately go to Gerald's video to get the techie stuff. And then I go and start going through some of the homies' videos and just other YouTubers I respect in terms of their creativity. I do wish we would see more of that. But yeah, let me know what do you guys want to see? What ideas do you guys maybe have to where I can, you know, manipulate the packaging of a thumbnail and title, but deliver a really high grade, valuable video for you guys. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go catch up with the chat, and then we'll circle back to what you guys have to say. Man, I'm way behind. Got 92 people on here on a random Friday afternoon. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where are you at, brother? And again, guys, for everybody who's tuning in, we're streaming on the Lumix S1R2 with the Blazar Apex Super 35 millimeter autofocus anamorphic. Show you guys some flare here. I will give you guys an update on whatever little bit information I have on the next Blazar lenses. Shocking. Grainy Boy's wedding photography post generally would have fooled me at first glance. Yeah, guys, we can talk a little bit about AI later in the stream too if you want. Brother, go get that work done. The Q3 firmware update, absolutely love it. Let me grab my Q3. I think you guys might enjoy seeing everything I have butchered on it. So, I gotta be careful what I show on the stream here as usual. So, this is my Leica Q3 43. You see I have my analogous brass bottom plate with his grip. I don't know if he's selling this grip. This might have been a custom grip here. Sorry guys, even the video on my screen here is a little bit delayed. But you can see I have brown lizard skin on here now as well. So that's my Q3 43. And again, this is the Blazar Apex autofocus anamorphic. It's working pretty good. I don't even know what setting it is in right now. But yeah, then this is my Leica MP with the Python skin. I'm going to do the same Python skin on my Leica EV1 as well next. But yeah, and then this is my 1995 35 millimeter Summilux pre-spherical with square hood on it. That's the brand name, Square Hood. He makes square hoods. But yeah, the update on it is amazing. Super excited to use that more. Do you think AI will make videographers and photographers obsolete? I wouldn't say obsolete, but it is going to be a whole new competitor that we have to deal with. We'll actually seek out authentic real content. Maybe a new platform will arrive, zero AI slop. Yeah, I do think there's, YouTube has already cracked down on like AI repurposed content. And I think what YouTube is aiming for is not giving, not having to pay out channels that aren't real people. But we'll see how long that lasts, because if people are making AI channels and bringing in mass views, it's in YouTube's best interest to support them, because money. All right, getting through all the audio stuff. What up, Miggy? It's been a minute, brother. I'm hooked with your flash photography. Do you have a video on how to guide a person who's not a pro model? I don't think so. I have videos from years ago directing models. I do want to do more content like that, but again, my dilemma is there's constantly something I need to produce and work on. Even like guys, probably still like 60 to 70% of my videos have no sponsor, which is wild. And all people see is when I do say sponsored, that sticks in their ear, versus when I'm doing a video that it doesn't have a sponsor. So I still want to do a video like that, but yeah, it's hard to just cram into all this stuff that I want to do. I appreciate that, brother. Just bought Lumix S5, very cheap. Reviews are good. How I'm asking expensive. Yeah, even Lumix's older cameras are still pretty damn good. They got vintage sensors in there, but they're solid. Mr. Camera Junkie in the house. I think the Lumix think of the Leica Deluxe 8 will come. The Lumix, what? I didn't understand that, brother. If you want to try that one again. Anyone else miss Can's VTS fashion shoots? That's really what got me into the channel. I still do that, but they're, you know, if I'm reviewing a photo lens or if I'm doing a Leica video, there tends to be BTS of a photo shoot. For me, it's hard. To me, I find BTS or photo shoots incredibly boring. So Bill, if you have an idea of how I can make a more exciting video, and the hard part is, you know, the models I work with, some of them might be cool with it, but to stop and be like, hey, I got to talk to the camera and blah, blah, blah. I would have to like probably hire a model or shoot with a friend, which is fine. But, you know, I love shooting new faces, like shooting with models I haven't shot with before. So that's why that stuff gets kind of hard. Again, this is the hard part of like, how do I give the audience value, but still do things that I enjoy doing, you know? What do you expect from 2026? Really hoping for a medium / rangefinder, aka GX body. I love some more DJI releases, but being in the US, those won't happen. Yeah, the DJI stuff, guys, it's not looking good. If you're in the States, I don't think we're gonna be able to buy DJI products soon. Really a big bummer. I would talk about politics, but I know there's a lot of sensitive men who don't like me talking about their Lord and Savior, the Cheeto Man. So, yeah, you'll have to, let's see. It don't really matter sharing 4K because I bet most of the chat I'm watching bad. Yeah, maybe. We want S1 on medium format. So guys, on Monday, I will be getting the Fujifilm Eterna. Jericho and I will be taking a trip here soon, and we'll be filming with it. Some cool shit. So stay tuned for that. 2026, I want to see Cam Mackie edition microphones. I don't know if that's needed. Dale, what's up, brother? I was digging the open gate video you did. And more compact point shoot photo camera with LUT, grain, and halation in camera 2026. So I actually used the Nikon ZR with the Blazar Beetles. I think I have the Beetle right here. So this is the Blazar Beetle. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this is a full frame anamorphic 1.33x. And the cool thing about this, there's a little dial right here. I'm going to click this button, and then the whole, wait, how do I do it? I got to hold it. Where do I hold it? The whole, let me try this again. The whole lens rotates. So this is going to be good if you want to do vertical anamorphic, or, you know, you can put your camera vertical and put this horizontal, a million different things. But I've been using this on the Nikon ZR and using Red Raw, and it's just been an amazing little setup. These are not clean anamorphics though. They are sharp for how small they are and for what they are. There's crazy vignetting and weird stuff, funky stuff. That's kind of why I like it. So it's been pretty fun to use. Lincoln invested a set of lens zoom between the Cook SP3s, Hector's by lights. Brother, those are pretty drastic price differences. The Cook SP3s, I'm pretty confident those are made in China. I'm pretty confident those are just Chinese glass. They might have Cook coatings, but they are very clinical for what they are. There are some swirliness to them. I do like them more than like the Nissi lenses. The Nissis are even more cleaner. But the Hectors, I've used those and I'm obsessed with those already. They have a warmth to them. They're sharp. They have a lot of juice and character. You know, they're high-end lenses and glass, but with some juice in them, if that makes sense. You guys, we got a Utah shill in the chat, Mr. Kyle. Vlogging, car mechanic content. OE Garage. I released a video this morning on the Action 6 for vlogging. So everybody go please watch that after this stream, or if you click out early, go watch that video. I absolutely love the Action 6 for vlogging. And if you're doing car mechanic content, I would suggest doing the macro lens because I'm assuming you're getting pretty close to stuff. The macro lens will really help you get closer. But if you're not getting close to stuff and you're doing more POV and the camera's on you, I would also check out the Osmo Nano Mini. Or no, the Osmo Nano. It's just called the Osmo Nano. I like to use that a lot if I'm doing the POV and putting it on my chest or anything like that because it's so tiny. So I can see that being pretty valuable for you too. And I do think there's third-party macro lenses you could get for it. I have no idea if it's as good as DJI's, but yeah. Any idea when the Blazar full frame autofocus lens will be released? No, but I do know I will be getting my hands on it in a few weeks. Very, very, very fucking excited. Because every little thing I've seen on it, I have a feeling this is going to be the best anamorphic that Blazar has done. I know that's saying a lot. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Cut the mic delay to 15. I will listen to Mr. Camera Junkie because he's a streaming professional. Okay, now I'm at 15. Sorry if you guys heard some clicks on that. When do you think Nikon/Red will release their next camera in their Z lineup? I have zero clue. Even after my accident that I had, I honestly think that was a YouTube hiccup that happened because even after I privated my video, it was still getting views. So I had no idea what happened to my first ZR video. And I felt freaking awful about it. But even outside of that, Nikon's very private. Where some of the other brands, you know, I've been in pre-production meetings with several brands now. But Nikon's very different. They're way more conservative on what early information they put out. So I have zero clue. We got Mr. Talbussy in here. Living off YouTube is a privilege you earn through hard work. It's not simple career you decide. YouTube is littered with dead channels from creators just wanting the gig but not earn it. Yeah, I don't think people realize. I mean, obviously, there is an avenue of a way of producing content from your. I mean, let's look at Gerald Undone. He provides an amazing resource and value for people, but he gets to just go into a studio from his desk. And yes, he has to put in all this work in testing it. That takes a lot of time. But, you know, he's one of the biggest on the space. So there's an avenue to do that. Personally, you know, if it's not streaming, I despise sitting in my house talking about gear. Nothing sounds more boring than that to me. And so I make it more difficult on myself by wanting to go out and be intentional with what I'm filming, how we're filming, what I'm talking about. And I'm blessed and I'm spoiled and I'm beyond lucky to be able to do that. But it is exhausting having to, you know, reinvent the wheel every time you do a video. So I'm forever trying to figure out how to keep myself engaged, to keep going, because I have limited energy. Think Sony would announce FX32 anytime. I have zero clue. I have no idea. I'm good homies with one of the main reps over at there's like a bald spot in my mustache right here. I'm good homies with one of the main reps over at Sony, but we never talk about Sony stuff. We talk about a bunch of other stuff that I won't talk about because I don't know. I won't put his business out there, but We talk a lot about photography and F1 and other cameras. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate it. Guys, these setups are incredibly easy to do. I have a Nanlite Pavo Slim right above me, just the 2-to-1. This is my own G light, my X100 RGB light that I collabed with them on. And that's it. This is just daylight out there. Here, I'll even turn this light off. And you can see, that's all it is. One little light. Obviously, I got my neon signs over here. And again, the Lumix S1R2. And I have my Rambler film emulation LUT going straight through the camera with the Blazar Apex 35mm. It's a Super 35 lens, but it's an autofocus anamorphic, so you're going to see some vignetting up in these corners over here. But yeah, that's all it is. There's literally nothing fancy. I'm not doing any high-end lights or anything like that. Show us sales calls. How I do? Bro, I don't take sales calls. What am I selling? What calls am I getting to sell? Really liked how to film yourself like a filmmaker because it was educational on what makes something better and showcased it. Yours, that was really cool. Yeah, I've done a few videos like that. I'm totally down to make more videos like that too. I really enjoy doing those type of videos. And those are great sponsorship opportunities because, you know, there could be something where I'm like, hey, I just bought this product. It's pretty cheap. I've been using it nonstop. It's really helping with what I do. Well, let me hit them up and see if they want to help fund this video so I can, you know, educate. So yeah, that's how I operate. I love working with brands that I actually enjoy working with and products that I actually use or want to use. So that's the way I go about it myself. I like the creative videos review, fast-paced fiction, reviewing a product or using the product. Makes me click more than thumbnails. I appreciate that, brother. Sadly, I think a lot of people would disagree with you and think I am not honest. You can't win them all. I think YouTube is the future, being able to bring something high budget that would normally take a massive team, but bring it for free for everyone really interests me. Dog goes BTS and big. Yeah, 1000% agree. I think, you know, you get a lot of snooty filmmakers saying, oh, that's not how they do it in Hollywood and yada, 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 yada. Just people just like the sound of their own voice. When in reality, all of the big filmmakers that we worship and idolize, they got where they are because they broke the rules, because they did things their own way. They walked to their own beat. And, you know, that made them stand out. And when they stood out, all of a sudden people are like, that's different. People want different. That's unique. This is new. That's, you know, the future. And there's already been a lot of big filmmakers who are doing Hollywood films now because of YouTube, because they started from YouTube. You know, without saying too much, you know, there has been, I think people would be shocked to find out how some of these like major Hollywood films are watching YouTubers. That's all I'll say. I don't want to disclose too much, but I like seeing and learning more about the media that inspires you. Same for other YouTubers. Give us a better idea of your goals for your project. Yeah. Rex, I don't know if you saw it. I did 2 photo book videos. No, I did 1 so far. I want to do another one. Really love that. And I'm going to make them a whole series. And I think it's just going to be called Get the Fuck Off Instagram. And then I'm just simply going to be going over legendary photo books and showing people that, you know, there's a whole different world of inspiration out there. What inspires your ideas? I'm trying to do that more in my videos too. Yeah, that's hard because it changes all the time. It's just, I just kind of live in the moment, you know? Yeah, maybe. I just find those videos incredibly boring. The other thing is too, when I start producing a video and writing a video out, I think about most of them in terms of 5 years from now, say if like Steven Spielberg or Quentin Tarantino were to come on my channel, am I going to be embarrassed or proud? That's kind of how I look at it. And the hard part is the videos that I would be embarrassed for them to see are the videos that bring in the money. And the videos that I'm proud for them to see are the ones that don't get views naturally. So this is my dilemma is, I started this channel years ago and I built the first 30K subs off Fujifilm type content and a lot of gear stuff. And the gear stuff is what brings in a lot of the subs. And subs don't really matter these days, but they could still have an effect on your videos and how the algorithm learns if it should push a video out or not. So I don't know. I kind of wish when I went full time, I probably should start a whole new channel fresh. Who knows what I would be doing right now if I did that, but let's see you take on short film expressive projects. So I'm slowly starting to do more mini micro films, I guess we'll call them. I forgot who it was that was talking about that. He's a really dope filmmaker here on YouTube. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever make a feature length film because, that takes a lot of time and dedication, and I really struggle committing to projects. It's part of the whole ADHD brain. And I think that's one of the reasons why my brain thrives on a platform like YouTube. Because, I don't have to get locked into making a 2-hour long film. I can make a 2-minute film. So yeah, I definitely want to do more of that. But again, it comes back to the juggle of time versus money. It's like I could spend 2 weeks producing a video and dumping all this money and then not be able to pay rent. Or I could try to cut that time and still try to get some money in some form. So, yeah, if my channel was invisible, say if I had 1 million subs and I was just bringing in money every month. Oh my God, that would be so freeing because I would literally just make all valuable content. I would say no to so many more videos. Even the videos that I want to do around gear, I just be like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to skip it. Let's go make a little mini film or something, but I can't afford to do that currently. So this is the realistic expectations of YouTube. And there's a way of doing it, of still being morally clean. Because again, I don't take on sponsored videos that I don't believe in. Even, with the economy being on the verge of, we are in a recession. The only reason our government hasn't disclosed it is because obviously it's going to look bad on them if they admit we're in a recession. But we are. So there's probably going to be a couple of videos that you guys are going to see where personally, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about this. But I know some of my audience might care and I can still put my input into it. So I don't totally despise them. And so, this is the hard part of YouTube here. Really enjoy the times you talk deeply about personal still shoots. It's nice seeing your streams of consciousness when you're in the flow. Yeah, I would love to do more stuff like that. I would love to make it more poetic though, somehow. I wouldn't say I'm a poet in any form, but I do, like some creative writing. And it would be cool to figure out some source or avenue to where I can express more of that side of my brain visually and through literature. Visual literature, that's what we'll call it. Love to see how older stuff stack up today. Also think that would be fun to see more same shoot with older camera, newer camera, maybe some BTS of how you edit it. I already have a handful of videos like that, actually. Actually, every time I do a video like that, I get excited because I'm like, look, I could put the proof in the pudding that gear doesn't actually matter. It matters to make your life easier, and it can make your work look better if you know what you're doing. But also, a professional does have the ability to pick up anything and still make it work. Will it look as good? Will it be as easy? Probably not. But we can get it close. And so with that, I would think that those videos would do well, but they usually don't do well, oddly. On style and aesthetic over specs. I believe so. I think there's already a Canon rumor of a retro, like Nikon ZF type camera. Honestly, guys, Leica has reinvigorated my love for photography. Me being here on YouTube, I have access to all the latest and greatest and stuff that's not even out yet. And the discourse that happens on here of all the tech, I really don't care about modern cameras anymore in the sense of, like a Sony a7 IV or anything like that. Everything's good now. But my Leica cameras have really, and it's not just the cameras, but it's the Leica community. I've met people that remind me of who I was and other people I met 10 years ago before tech consumed this space. So those people still exist. And I haven't had a lot of those people in my life for a while. And that's what the Leica community has been for me. And that's what you guys have been seeing more photo content for me, purely because of Leica cameras in their community. Yes, more about the Blazar anamorphics. I'm gonna grab my water super quick because I'm getting dry. So, the new Blazar, this is no doubt going to be the best lens they've ever made. I may or may not have seen some footage, and focus breathing is very well controlled. Focus breathing looks like Panavision. Sharpness, some of the best sharpness they've done. I do believe the lens design is going to be based on the Apex, which I actually prefer the look of the Apex over the Mantis. Though I don't think that would be a popular opinion. Because I think most people are looking for a lens like the Mantis that is cleaner. The bokeh is very clean, but it's that 2x bokeh. It's sharp. Distortion is very controlled. I think that's what most people in the market currently are looking for. Where me, I'm looking for a little bit more juice. So the reason I like the Blazar Apex more than the Mantis is because the bokeh has more texture. So even though it doesn't have as much anamorphic bokeh, it still has more texture in the bokeh. It has more chromatic aberrations. Like all that stuff I like, actually. So I'm excited because it's basically a full frame 1.5x of the Apex, but even more refined. So I'm really excited for them. Ooh, is that boxing match happening right now? I didn't know that. I do kind of want to watch that. Cam Mackey first Fro knows best on the Jake Paul uncard. I don't really care for Jared Poland's Fro knows best content. I used to watch him definitely back in the day. But I have, people have sent me his OpenGate Discourse stuff. And it's weird because his OpenGate video on the Sony a7 IV, he was basically saying people are bitching and complaining about OpenGate, but that it's a great camera, and then continue to rant on about the photography of the camera. So I'm like, is he not aware that this is a video conversation? We're not talking about photography. Like every camera does great photography now. And then in his podcast, someone sent me his podcast, and I guess towards the end, I just skipped all of it. Towards the end, he goes on a little bit more about it, but his assistant sets up his camera for video. So Fro even says himself, oh, I don't know what setting you put it in, but put this setting in and this and that. So I'm like, wait, he doesn't know how to operate the video end of the camera, but he has a strong opinion about OpenGate? So, yeah. Benj, what's up, brother? Guys, Benj is a legend. It's funny because as I get deeper into the Leica rabbit hole and I start going on YouTube to like research stuff, Benj has a video on it. So he's old. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, everybody go check out Benj. Do you think when it comes by Ari Power 3 Factor 6? What's the news on the DJI Pocket 4? I do not know. I am under NDA, so I do not know. All I'll say is I've been on an NDA all year. That's all I will say. How bad is the Lumix marketing when the S12 loses to the ZR for the best camera? Smart 2 doesn't even make. Yeah, I saw that on Brandon Washington Live. I was like, damn, Lumix needs to figure out a way to like, you know, get their cameras out there. I think if they were to like, it's hard because Sony like has a lot of marketing budget. So anytime you see like a film doing a Sony branded BTS, like, you know, there's money involved in that shit. And I don't think Lumix has money like that, sadly. So, you know, there's always a creative way of marketing. Rhett, I would take it, and I would have people read between the lines of my actual thoughts. Basically, that Vanity Fair White House article. That's what I would do, and I would get paid to do it. Cam, I lost motivation lately. I'm creating what I have in mind, and it's burning me the fuck out. I feel you, dude. I feel like we have to allow ourselves to take breaks and to just accept that it's okay to sometimes just, you know, be lazy, be bored, and let that fire rebuild. I've been on that for 2 or 3 months now, and I'm just kind of like, I have ways of inspo, but it's not how it was a year ago. And, you know, this happens all the time to me personally throughout my life. And I know I just got to keep trying things and keep, you know, pushing and wait for the moment to where I get that back. So, granted, I say this and I probably, you know, do have a little bit more energy than others to be creative in terms of, you know, I have the allowance to do so through freedom time of YouTube. But it's still, you know, anyways, it's everything's difficult to juggle in life these days. Speaking of, loved it. I think that was art. You know, that's, you know, everybody wants to fight and bicker over cameras and technology and yada, yada, yada. But in reality, that's what the fuck this gear's for. It's for what that photographer did, whether you agree with him or don't agree with him. He delivered a message visually. And he opened up the floor for conversation around it. Like, look, we're talking about it right now. That dude has no clue who we are. And yet we're talking about it. That's what the fuck this gear's for. That's what this is all about. Yeah, they kind of have something like that. When you upload a video, you have to hit if it was made with AI. But I don't know if they, like, check or not, you know? Agreed. Thoughtful makes me excited. Same. I do think there's a, you know, circling back to Gerald again, as he said, again, guys, Gerald and I agree on a lot of things. We disagree on a few things. But as he said, you know, camera gear is getting so good, it's plateauing. And with that, I think a lot of people are going to come to a point where they're like, okay, every camera does the same thing. Every camera's so good, but I still suck. I'm still not happy with my work. I'm still not happy with what I'm doing. And so I think people are going to have to come to terms of, you know, when the tech plateaus, what's your worth? Was your worth in that you bought the latest and greatest camera? Or is your worth that you bought a tool so you could tell stories that you care about? And so this is why I'm loving, you know, more retro style body cameras, because I'm over the technology of stuff. Obviously, everything could always get better. We could always discuss it, but yeah. I feel bad about buying an A75 now with all the recent reviews, but I'm already deeply in the Sony system in need of hybrid body. No, dude, I mean, that's silly. Like, I'm not calling you silly, but don't let that, we're all just talking all of our ass. We're all just talking because, some of us get paid to talk. If anything, I lose money when I talk because I'm very crass the way I communicate. My communication style is not for everybody. It's not brand friendly. But yeah, make your own decision. Use it. And if you love it, fucking love it. And if I or anybody else says they don't love it, that should not sway your opinion on something that works for you. But if you need open gate, then yeah, you might need to get something else. But yeah, I don't really care about micro four third cameras. I would rather them do something like the Fuji X half, but executed better. Because I do think that camera is really fun. For the price, I wouldn't buy it myself. And even if I did buy it, I don't know how much I would actually use it. I think it'd be great to like do videos on it for content, but and I do have fun doing stuff like that. But that's a solid tip. Yeah, I'm really worried about it. It's just, even with me having a close relationship to DJI, I still only have limited information on what's going to happen. And I honestly don't think they exactly know what exactly will happen after the ban happens. Yeah, brother, the stream should be up. The last two streams I privated. The first one I privated because I was talking about the open gate stuff and Gerald stuff, and the comments started to get very volatile and parasocial, and people just trying to make it something that it wasn't. And I just don't want to deal with that shit. Like, we're adults. Like, shut the fuck up. So I privated that one. The second one I privated because of I accidentally flashed some stuff on the screen. And so I'm just going to edit it out, but I haven't done that yet. But that stream will be back up. But yeah, this stream should be up because we're being safe today. Do a rolling shutter test for Gerald and done with the Fujifilm Eterna. If he was closer, I'd definitely collab with him because he covers all the stuff that I'm too lazy to cover. I do think if our videos were in a vacuum, it would be a great yin and yang. If you need the size and if you want to go vertical and get like open gate, yeah. But if you don't plan on doing anything like that and just filming, more traditionally, I recommend the Mantis. Because the 1.33 on 60x9 is going to give you that traditional anamorphic crop, but you'll get all the 2x bokeh still. So they'll look amazing on the FX3. The Mantis are more versatile overall. The Beetles are a little bit more niche, I would say. Also, guys, before I started the stream, I was troubleshooting for probably 45 minutes, and the S1R2 was on that whole time. And we've been streaming for how long now? We are an hour and 9 minutes in, and 0 overheating sign. And I have my house pretty warm. It's probably like 72, 74 degrees in here, if not warmer, actually. Actually, let me go check that thermostat. Let's see. Yeah, so it's 76 degrees in here and 0 overheating signs. This S1R2 would have been cooked before the latest firmware. Sorry, y'all, my freaking allergies. Non-stop. I'm also watching my mother's dog, and it's gross. And I noticed my allergies are even worse with her dog here. Or Lights Optics or Zeiss Optics. What's your face, be honest? I mean, I don't know because I don't mean... I think even some of the Leica like L mount lenses, I'm pretty sure some of those are like repurposed Sigma lenses, but with like better, like maybe different coatings and better build quality. So I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that personally. But if we're talking about end mount glass, definitely Leica. Zeiss is a little bit too sterile for me. Cook, the real Cook lenses, I actually love. I love like that blue softness, like that blue hazy shadow look that they have. The SP3s don't have that though. They have a tinge of it, but not it's not that. Any Lumix news? NDAs, but 2026 should be exciting. What up, Cog? Bro, what's your real name? Because you're always up in here. I don't know your real name. What's the go-to stretch factor for anamorphic lenses you like to use the best? I mean, it depends on what camera I'm using. If I'm using a 16:9 camera, like the Nikon ZR or a Sony camera, the 133. If I'm using something like the Blackmagic Pixis that has a 6.5 mode, 2x. If I'm using a Lumix, any stretch factor looks great because they they put in a full frame 4x3 mode. And I can say this confidently, and it's factual. During the presentation, during the trip, they said, you guys can thank Cam Mackey for this 4x3 full frame mode. Because I was talking to the engineers and I said, hey, we need a mode that's better for 2x anamorphics. Like, you guys are the 2x people, or you guys are the anamorphic people. So let's do this. So they did 4x3. I kind of wish they did 6x5, but 4x3 is probably still a little bit more versatile for people. Yeah, guys. Brandon Talbussy, he's getting heavier into YouTube now, and he's starting to find his stride. And even he says, I feel you on that. Planning trips, the gear outside the gear, just to make a few videos is exhausting. It's, you know, when I'm on a gig, I thrive. Where some people might cave to the stress, I am just floating on cloud 9 because my ADHD brain thrives on the chaos. This is part of the reason I love YouTube, but also the hard part of it is because we are the writers, we are the producers, we are the idea generators, we are the editors, we are the filmers, we are the talent. It is so much fucking work, but it is so fun. But to do it every week, every day, it's taxing, guys. It's hard. So, I don't know. I should probably take a month-long vacation or something. I feel like I can't afford that. I'm a workaholic for sure. But I need to do something that resets my energy. Because I'm definitely struggling over here trying to keep up. And not keep up with anybody, purely just to keep up with myself. It's a lot. Are you planning on doing a video on the full frame Blazer lenses? Really look forward to seeing your thoughts. Of course. I also owe them a video on the Mantis 135. And I say owe because I'm the only one in the States, I believe, with it. And so I feel bad because I'm like, if I'm not going to do this video, I need to pass it on to somebody else. So I need to do something with it. 135 is, you know, it's a telephoto focal length. It's not like a go-to focal length. So I just haven't put it out yet, simply because we haven't filmed with it enough yet. I really just like filming the Southwest. I'm easy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, guys, after this live stream, go watch my video I put out today. It was a fun one. So, how am I doing this? Let me break this down again for you guys. So, again, we are filming on the Lumix S1R2. I have my Rambler film emulation LUT on it. This is the Blazer Apex 35mm. It's a super 35mm lens with autofocus. and we're using Mr. Camera Junkies. After the stream, I'll put the link in the description. But Mr. Camera Junkie made a tool that de-stretches your image, and then you could connect that to Ecamm or whatever software you're using. I use Ecamm. But yeah, that's how we're doing it. Previously, I was only able to stream with the Blackmagic Pixis if I was going to do anamorphic, because it de-stretches through SDI. But now with this tool, we can use any camera with any anamorphic lens and de-stretch it. Please consider starting a photography mentorship subscription and style fill of your work and load the guidance. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing membership stuff, but as you guys can hear, the way that I'm even struggling to produce content that I'm passionate about, to have like time for, is hard. So I don't have the capacity right now. If I was making more money, I would bring somebody in. Say if I had like a ginormous audience, I would bring somebody in purely just to run that. And I probably wouldn't even make money off it. Purely, I would have it just run itself, basically. Watch some of your 5-year-old videos and you really loved Canon back then. What happened, Cam? Canon started to suck ass. That's what happened. They're getting a lot better now, though. I am interested in checking out their latest cameras, just to give them their flowers, because I think they've done a really good job on kind of trying to redeem themselves. I just don't have time right now, though. So maybe, hopefully sometime next year I'll be able to do that. Have you ever done a short film? Have I done a short film? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I've done like little intro films and stuff that were fun. And I've done enough like little microfilms where you get a sense of what a feature length film would look like coming from me. I have made a feature length documentary though called Voices of the West, White Buffalo. You can find it on Apple TV and Amazon Prime. So there's that. X3, I hope more achievable when they're old. Since I saw your video about Peter Lindbergh and his book, it inspired me to go out to my local bookstore and grab a handful of books. Seeing the images in person is truly a different experience for sure. Yes. So, guys, photo books. Instagram, like there's amazing photographers on Instagram, but they are hard to find. And even when you do find them, you don't truly get to experience their work compared to when it's in a book, because the photos, one, it's printed, there's texture behind it, there's thickness behind it. It's a totally different experience, but you're also getting it to see it larger than what you would see on your little phone. So this is the next book I think I'm going to do a video on. Where is it? I think it's this guy. Is it this one? What's this one? No. That's a different one. Is it this one? Alex Webb? Yes. So, I'm going to do a video on this book here. Is this it? No, this isn't it. But I want to do one on this one too. Alex Webb. So what's crazy too, guys, is like when you start going through photo books like this, next thing you know, you're like, hey, I want to see what this photographer is shooting on and what type of film and yada, yada, yada. And it's not to like be a gear whore and to like, to have gas. It's more so seeing what they created with what and seeing the beautiful art. And it's a good reminder of like, no, I don't need to go out and buy that $4,000 camera. I could just use what I use. Because if this guy was able to create, or woman, if this person was able to create this beautiful work, what the fuck is my excuse? So this is why I like the photo books and the deep dives that come from them. But Alex Webb had really beautiful, just stunning, heavily saturated work. I have a feeling he was shooting a slide film. The other photographer, though, that I want to showcase, he shot on slide film. Also, if you guys don't know who Matt Day is, there's the book. It's over there. Hang on. So, If you guys don't know who Matt Day is, look him up after the stream. After the stream again, go watch my video released today on the Action 6 for vlogging. Then go look up Matt Day. Matt Day is an amazing photographer. He's an amazing father. And he likes to do live streams and go over photo books. He has a huge collection. This is one of the ones he was going over. I found this one on Amazon for used. And this is by Richard Ford. He shot mostly on slide film. So I went on a deep dive to see what he was shooting on, and it was a lot of, I think, a Nikon FE2 and Leica. But you'll see the colors. The colors are outstanding. They have such a freaking bold, unique look. And I think a lot of his work was shot in the 70s and the 80s. This is the Amish series. Let me go. This is the cowboy stuff he shot, which obviously you guys know I'm going to gravitate towards. But it's weird how modern his work look, but still so filmic and timeless. Like, it's almost eerie, but modern. So just incredible. Like this looks like someone shot, like an amazing photographer shot it in modern day and had to do all this crazy editing to get these tones. But this is film. He shot this back in 1979. Like, this is just incredible, incredible, incredible. Like, look at this. Just wow. And again, back in those days, it's like, you know, you had master printers and lab techs and developers and stuff. And we don't have those anymore. And so a lot of the secrets to getting these type of looks directly from film and printed from film, you know, that's going to be hard to find. But again, looking through photo books like this really inspire, you know, how I shoot, how I edit. Just super, super, super unique. See more, like, look at this. This is just incredible. Incredible. So anyways, this will probably be the next book I do. And then maybe we'll do the Alex Webb one, or maybe we'll do a fashion one after that. I don't know. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, is my, don't tell me my top, oh no, I didn't put my own name. Anyways. A BTS Fast Series about making strong images with what you got. No gear spirals, just creativity and storytelling. Each episode locked, set up. I like that. Let me screenshot. I think there's something there, Bill. I would probably want to do it with a Leica camera just because, again, that's what I really enjoy shooting with these days. Yeah, okay. You're inspiring me. This is what I like about the community is, you know, that just the circle of inspiration. Where does Leica win? Build in simplicity and history legacy. That's a good question. I think what stands out for me is the simplicity. You know, I did commercial work for a decade. Well, not commercial work, but I shot semi-professionally and professionally for over a decade. And, you know, SLRs and DSLRs give me the ick now. Like, when I pick them up, I'm like, I don't want to use this. And when I do use them, it's purely just get a job done. Keyword being a job. But when I want to be a photographer, that's where the Leicas come into play, or even like a Nikon ZF or any of those more simplistic bodies where it's all about the craft. You know, not the craft of the camera and the build quality, but the craft of removing distractions. You know, all we have is a shutter dial, our aperture, our manual focus, and your eye. For me, there's something incredibly engaging to that process. You know, Jericho and I are actually working on that video. I just haven't had time to freaking edit the video. But Jericho's living through that experience right now of, like, you know, he used to talk shit on Leica and think it's overrated. And now that he has one, he's now learning of, like, oh, okay. This is inspiring. This is motivating. This is humbling. This is community. So I don't know if that answered your question, but use any Z to M mount adapters, and so which one you recommend? Yes, I do. Let me grab it. Don't know where that went actually. Well, I don't know where it went, but there's orange on it, and it's a close focusing adapter. So when your lens is on, you go to minimum focus, and then you can like twist the adapter, and it makes it into like a macro lens basically. But it's been sold out since I bought it. But there's other ones like that. Just look for close focus adapters for M mount or Z to M mount, whatever. What's your recommendations for your first anamorphic, not the best anamorphic? Just want to get, I mean, depending on your budget, the Blazar Mantis for sure. But if you were to find like a used Remus 50 millimeter or like 35 millimeter or something like that, I think that would probably be it. Because that's going to, if you're going to go through the hassle of shooting anamorphic, you might as well get the real anamorphic look, you know? I think people would appreciate the authenticity and personality you bring to whatever you like doing. You can relate as camera nerds or creatives, or just get inspired. I appreciate that. I mean, I can't help but to be myself. So, yeah. Agreed on the need for juice, Cam, but am happy we have gotten past the always flaring and streaking juice phase. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't like when they flare too much. Yeah. And guys, Benj agrees he is, in fact, old. Good for Canon. It's cool they did that. I'm assuming you were here. I'll go over it one last time before I dip off of here, but we'll save it. Did it have a material improvement? I tried it, but not like enough to really say. But let's just try. Let's try tracking real quick. Yeah, random object tracking is just as bad. Wait, is this not in the right mode or something? It's in the tracking mode. Let's turn that off. See if that works. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, random objects still suck for tracking. That's a little bit better, actually. No. It's the focus box is wrapping around the item better. But, I mean, it's still not great at tracking random objects. Yeah. It still feels like contrast based when you're tracking random objects. But for subject detection, like human, eye, face, animal, and all that, it works just as good as any other camera, in my opinion. But it's more so the random objects. Like if it doesn't know what it's looking at, it's not, it's not there. It's similar to Lumix. Lumix isn't as bad, but I agree. It was amazing storytelling. People from the 80s who were into cameras would remember service merchandise. I don't know what that is. I was born in 1990, so that is before my time. Love your content, but can't watch the kids around. Oh, can't watch with the kids around. Great stuff. Why is that? Am I cursing? Am I cursing too much? Yeah, Talbussy with the cheeks on the stream. What is a vintage camera body that you would like to see see make its way into a modern camera, so there's Nikon ZF. Like a Canon point and shoot. I have a couple of those. Oh no, the Canon QL17. That was like my original love of a film camera. I think they call it like the poor man's Leica. And it definitely is a lot more difficult to shoot than with the Leica, but it's amazing. And the lens on it, I absolutely love the lens on that. So that. And then also the Fujifilm GS645 with the bellows and everything on it. I have both of those cameras. I would love if they made something like that. Oh ho, cousin, brother, nephew. What's up, brother? Yeah, we might film a personal indigenous story here soon. I'm debating if I want to tell this story for this video or save it for something else. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to do a lot more of that. The indigenous community is going through a lot of stuff right now between the blood quantum, the pretendians, and all that. So it's getting a little bit everything's divisive right now, you know. So I kind of want to tell my story and see what happens, you know. Ooh, look at this, guys. Mr. Camera Junkie is already working on the app again. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Lumix S1 II is a flag. I feel like both the Lumix S1 II and S1R2 are both flagship cameras, but I guess that goes into your point that, you know, they don't have the flagship camera, which I don't even know what that will look like, because both of these cameras, they literally have two of the best cameras of the year, in my opinion. If you were to shoot a dock in one focal length, which would it be? Ooh, 50 millimeters probably. 50 millimeters for anamorphic, 40 for spherical. And then I'd probably crop in a lot in post though to get different angles. Well, on the Sony, yeah, a shit ton. False color, shutter angle, 32-bit flow audio, anamorphic support, better IBIS, custom LUTs. Yeah, I mean, that was a decent list. Still probably the Mantis. If you guys share on a Sony, if you want to get like a real good looking anamorphic lens, the Mantis. Favorite aspect ratio for films. I mean, whatever best tells the story. Also, you guys know I love anamorphics, but I don't like the 3x2 VistaVision type look unless I'm going into the movie theater. At home though, I'm like it's hard to watch. What up, David? David Woolley. Why does that name sound familiar? Do we know each other? Do we know each other from a past life, good sir? Are you in Nashville? Are you a manager of musicians? That's all I'll say. 4x3 full frame mode. Let's go. Yes, sir. I'd advise you to dopamine fast. I saw some of that, and as a dilapidated ADHD brain, I think that could be good for me. But for how long? It's not a bad idea. Everybody remind me to do a dopamine fast soon, one of these days. Any feedback on your questions for the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 video? Inspired to buy one for BTS and X-Band. Could carry on with me, thanks. No update yet. I advised them with their anamorphic lens that they need to make a dedicated X-Pan mode in camera. And they replied saying they should probably start getting me in on like alpha products in terms of like, you know, super beta early production on products. So we'll see what comes from that. I'm all down for advising companies Whether, you know, I definitely like using the D Action 6 a lot more for filming, but for stills, the Ace Pro 2 generally has been a lot of fun to use. Yeah, I've never shot motion picture film. I really want to though. I have a few connections where I could probably do that, so we'll see. Use an iPad on any of your work or on set. I do. We use it a lot. When I'm doing campaigns and stuff, we usually have Digitex, and so I'll hand them my iPad if they don't have one, and we'll, you know, wirelessly monitor from there or show images to the client. Or there's been times on shoots where I'm like testing stuff, and I could just import them into Capture One on my iPad and do a quick edit to see if it's looking the way I want it to look. But I don't use it all that often. I didn't try the A7 IV, but my rep, he's like one of the main reps for Sony, did offer for a loaner. I don't have time though, and I don't have interest either. Camera of the year is probably the S1 II. The Lumix S1 II has been a freaking workhorse for us. It literally does everything. You know, it's pretty fucking solid. Do you still use your ZF to this day, or are you full on Leica? Both Leica and general and the ZF both make you feel inspired to shoot. I haven't used it as much as I would like to. That's the other hard part with, you know, being a tube doucher is there's always new things to cover. If I was not doing YouTube, I'd probably be using the ZF a lot more, so I would probably have more time to do so. But yeah, I definitely prefer my Leicas more these days. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I look at my ZF, I'm like, I want to take that out to shoot with it today. But there's a million other things I need to cover. So yeah, I wish I could shoot with it more. I really do fucking love the ZF. Yes, I definitely will. Which spec do you love to see in a, I don't know what that means. Do you think shooting stills anamorphic on full frames? Do you think shooting stills anamorphic on full frame? What do I think, you mean? I don't want to say too much. There's stuff. That's already saying too much. The hard part for anamorphic for stills is oddly, I want it to be clean. I don't want it to look like anamorphic if I'm using anamorphic for stills, which I know doesn't make sense, right? But that's just what my brain has told me. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw there's a low pass filter. I saw there's a rumor that Leica is going to release an S1R2 type SL body. If they do that, I'm going to fucking buy that. And that will be my main stills camera. And then the S1R2 will become a dedicated video camera, like my S1 II. And I would probably put the OLPF filter on it. Do you think will be replaced by AI? Product photography, commerce photography, all the stuff where literally probably anybody could kind of shoot. Granted, product photography has a lot of creativity into it. But, you know, the type of product photography where it's being shot on a white background, there's already AI tools where you could shoot it on your iPhone, not an Android, because again, Android's trash. But with your iPhone, you could shoot it, put it into like an AI plugin, and it will make it look like you shot it in a studio. Game over. Staying with clothes, you could take a picture of a t-shirt laying on the ground with wrinkles in it and upload it, and AI could generate a model wearing that shirt. Game over. They could probably even do that to make it look like they shot it in the Swiss Alps and they could live in freaking Mexico, you know? So a lot of that. I think a lot of jobs are out. Obviously, wedding stuff is good, event stuff, like real world coverage, that's going to be fine, I think. But even that, I think might have some challenges. But yeah. And Marvin, I love it. Yeah, just remember, I started this. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna switch up my. We're gonna increase the sauce on this. There we go. How to underexpose that backdrop. Let's have a little bit more fun. Check this out, guys. I'm gonna warm up the light. We're gonna go warm. And then I'm going to cool down the white balance in the camera. So now you guys can see we have a natural in-camera teal and orange look. The key looked a little too warm. There we go. This is the shit. Now it's a little too warm or cool. All right, whatever. And then we can motivate this warmer light with the lamp. Just turn it up. There you go. Boom. In-camera color grading. During workshop, probably hard to do, busy schedule. Yeah, I get very overstimulated. If you guys know or don't know, I am a musician, and I probably could have went decently far in that, but I do not like attention. Every time I've been on a stage, it is crippling. I just don't like people looking at me. That's part of the reason of why I'm always just like, hiding, even though people think I'm like bald or something. I just got a giant ass forehead. Think you ever see a red exposure traffic light in the ZR through firmware? Yeah, I don't know how long it would take them to do that, but I'm hoping, because that's gonna be a game changer for that camera. And if Nikon put traffic lights and compressed red raw, the ZR would get a lot of use from me, honestly. Bill, I like that too. Letting the audience decide what I do a photo shoot with. That would be cool. But again, that is something where, I have to hire a model or find a model that's okay with being on camera in a fun YouTube video, which I can. But it could definitely get messy with agencies and stuff. So, how much of what we want from Sony cameras is firmware unlockable versus true hardware limitation? Things like, okay. I'm sure not 32-bit float, but I'm sure a lot of those features could be upgraded via firmware. Desktop versus laptop. I go back and forth. I'll get bored with my desktop setup and like being stuck in one corner of the house. And so I'll end up using the laptop for a month, but then I'll get neck pains because I love sitting in that chair over there on this couch to edit, and it's not good for my back and neck. Because yeah. What's up, Logan? Yeah, I've only updated Q3 43 so far. I do have an SL3 on loan from Leica right now because we're working on something cool. And I have not updated it yet, but we probably won't be bothered to film with it, so I don't know if it's worth even upgrading. Ooh, this has been my duo. Ever since I got the EV1, I stopped using my M11 as much, but I started using my MP even more because now I get the rangefinder film set up with my electronic viewfinder set up. And I literally just had a thought this morning because I was contemplating selling my M11, but I think I'm going to keep it because I can still imagine me wanting to use it on shoots where, I'm doing like a pro shoot and I have like my S1R2 and I'm just getting the job done, but I still want to have a Leica with me for the fun shots. I think that's where the M11 will come back into play. There's some people asked about Capture One. I like the AI features in Lightroom, like for the mask and stuff, more. Lightroom's a little more powerful in terms of features. But Capture One, the color, the editing process, all of it looks a million times better in my opinion. And even the final results, I always like the Capture One results, where in Lightroom, I feel like it always needs a little bit more work. So sadly, I wish I could combine the two softwares. Jason, brother, thank you. I don't recall if I've seen you in the streams before, but it was lovely having you. You had a lot of great takes and questions, so please tune in again. Just want to say your videos are inspiring. Best right say. I appreciate it, brother. Ride safe as well. I'm assuming you ride. S12 on S1 computer S9. I mean, I think it depends who you are. Because, like, if you're someone who doesn't do intense color grading or anything like that, then you might not see a huge difference. But personally, for me, I see a pretty big difference. The S1R2 is, like, magical. There's something magic about it. But the S12 has better dynamic range. So, I don't know. It's a toss-up. Nikon's focus ping is pretty solid. Granted, on the ZR, there's a lot of issues with the ZR right now. It doesn't work in certain modes. But definitely Leica, my Leica EV1 has the worst focus ping I've ever seen. It's very annoying, actually. Logan, was for videos or stills? Is the new autofocus one? Yes, it is real. Stay tuned. Again, in January, sometime in January, I should be getting my hands on it. What up, brother? Yes, I'm pretty sure. I feel like the Obligate discussion's dying out. Thank God. But I'm pretty sure everybody got the point. You know. All right, guys. I've been on. Holy shit! I've been on for almost 2 hours. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna dip off. I'm tired. Today I went to the gym. I go to the gym every other day. I try to. And I'm usually pretty tuckered out on gym days. I feel like I don't go that hard, but maybe I do. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I have Celsius. But anyways, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I have no idea if I'll be doing another live stream before the end of the year. I really only do live streams when I have stuff that I need to do and I'm procrastinating. And I'm like, well, I might as well go live so I know I'm not going to get anything done. So, yeah. But yes, enjoy. Love you guys. Goodbye.